movies can affect your sales. Yep, cinema releases have a direct influence on how well certain products do on the Amazon platform. Don't believe me? Follow along this video and I'll explain how. Now, I have done something similar to this in one of my previous videos where I talked about the Fallout video game, just to demonstrate the popularity and so forth. So I'm going to be deep diving into that a whole lot further and with different examples, and I will help you unlock this kind of selling life hack kind of thing that will really help you with your decision making in terms of what products you buy and when, and helping you plan around future events and getting in on the success that those events can bring. So this is a Lego Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. This product has actually been out for quite a while. So if I think back to maybe like a couple of months ago, I remember seeing this on like store shelves, and I definitely know that this has been around for longer than like the past month. So this product has been available for quite some time to buy from Amazon. So if we take a look at this is the I don't know if you can call it live action if it's still CGI, but this is the live action Lilo and Stitch release, which came out on the 21st of May 2025 in the UK. With cinema releases, of course, it's going to differ slightly depending on which country you're in. So if you're watching and you're in the US, those release dates will be different to the UK's, and Europe's will be different to the UK's. So it will vary depending on where you are in the world. So this release date would have been different depending on your country. So in the UK, 21st of May 2025, we'll use that as an example. Either way, movie releases tend to be in the same sort of like space of time. So I believe Lilo and Stitch was released in sort of like the second half of May worldwide, like going through. Take that with a pinch of salt. I may be a teensy bit wrong about that. I don't think I am, but second half of May is when Lilo and Stitch was basically unveiled. Now, if we take a look at this product, take a look at this. So, 21st of May. 21st of May is when things started changing for this item. Let's zoom in on this section a little bit more. So we can see, like, it was doing okay. It was doing okay. I mean, Stitch is a classic Disney character. And, of course, the live-action version of it, I don't know how good it was because I didn't actually watch it. But, there'll definitely be a big audience out there that enjoyed it. So, with things like that, like Lilo and Stitch is a classic Disney movie. Loads of people love it. Live action remakes I find are a bit hit or miss when it comes to Disney. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're not really. I don't feel like there's an in-between there, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, if we take a look at the sales here. So the BSR, it's okay. It's okay for this item. And then from the 21st onwards, we can see that it then shoots to a much better BSR, and actually there's loads of movement in there as well. Like it's not easy to see if you're zoomed out, but when you zoom in you can see there's quite a bit of movement there, and as we know, more movement equals more sales, and the sales heat map confirms this by going a darker shade of red, which is a period of really intense sales for the item. So from that period onwards, the BSR has consistently been really good, and I think that Lilo and Stitch is still in some cinemas. I think it's at the point now where it's being phased out because it has been over a month at this point. But the BSR has definitely been given like a boost. It's been injected with like a nice sales, popularity boost, sales boost. And we can see that there is quite the difference between before the movie was released and since the movie was released. Of course, this will eventually fizzle back into what it was, but if you bought the item maybe around this time, I imagine it would have been a bit cheaper, and I know that lots of stores, when Lego comes out and it's been maybe like a month or 2 or 3, stores end up discounting them. I don't know if that's the same everywhere, but I know, for example, in Smith's Toys, which used to be regarded as one of the more expensive places to buy like toys and Lego and so forth, I actually think is one of the cheaper places to buy it these days, simply because after the Lego has finished its newness, they mark them down, and sometimes it's quite a good saving that you get on them. So, you know, if you can dial in to like this at a cheap price, I would say that you're on to a winner, because then you can ride this beautiful wave of sales. So see what I mean there? Now, just to help you out a little bit more, here's some of the movies that are coming out this month. At the point of recording this, we've just started July. Coming out this month, that should mean like the movie's merchandise will do really well, and especially for movies that have had previous movies of the same kind of like franchise, you'll find that the newer movie will actually make the tide rise higher, and all ships on that tide will join in on the success. And as an example of that, if we look at Deadpool 2, this is a 2018 movie, okay? Let's take a look at the charts. When Deadpool 3 came out last year, there was a bit of a surge of sales right here. So I think it was June, July. It was around that time anyway. When Deadpool 3 came out, Deadpool 2 got a bit of an injection of popularity there as well. I guess people just wanting to complete their collections, or maybe they hadn't really caught up with Deadpool, and so they bought the previous movies. We can see here, good stuff. And then, of course, loses traction a little bit because, of course, it is an older movie. But that's what I mean. Like, you get these periods, even for the older bits of the franchise, that like end up doing well because of the new release. So it's well worth looking into, not just things that are related to the new release, but also things that are related to the older releases as well. So I'm talking about toys, games, I don't know, maybe there's some trading cards, the DVDs, the Blu-rays, posters, anything and everything to do with it. Cuddly toys, it's a really good thing to be able to dial into. So this month we've got Jurassic World Rebirth. So everything else, I would say, in the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World sort of like world, that kind of franchise, every product that's related to it will see a bit of a surge of interest. More so stuff to do with the new thing, I think, but it might just re-spark people's love for like the Jurassic Park movies and so forth. And that's that one. That's the 2nd of July, by the way, in the UK. Superman, the 11th of July. So I would say that not just Superman, but like I feel like a lot of things in that DC universe, like that DC franchise, will see a bit of a surge in their popularities as well. Superman, of course, will be the focal point of that, but Batman, Wonder Woman, they'll all potentially see a little bit more interest as well. And then a bit further down the line, at the end of July, we have the Fantastic Four. Now, with these kinds of franchises, so if we look at Jurassic Park stuff, if we look at Indiana Jones stuff, superhero stuff, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, if we look at all that kind of stuff, those are pretty solid bets because so many people love them, hence why they are so popular in general. And it doesn't take too much market research whatsoever to understand that these franchises are amongst the top franchises that are out there. So therefore, you can be absolutely certain that products to do with these franchises, especially when there's cinema releases and there's a hype and there's a build-up online, not only have you got Amazon themselves like dialing into like the popularity and the buzz of these movies, like the adverts will be everywhere. Lots of pages on social media will be talking about these things, so everyone will be super aware of these movies, how they're doing, how popular they are, and so forth, and it'll be in everyone's faces for a good while once they are released. So that's how you can be certain, especially for the solid franchises like these ones, that the products that are associated with them, that are related to them, will also do quite well, as I've shown you with just this one product. So imagine all of the Lilo and Stitch type products that are done well from the release period onwards, that continue to do well. whilst the movie is at the point now where it's kind of like fizzling out. But you know, yeah, I would say things like Lego are a surefire option for a product that you can get behind. Lego's popular anyway. Like, they make sets from movies that came out like in 2002 and older, and they make Lego sets of them now that are new, and there's still a massive interest in these things. So, you know, especially with stuff like this, as I say, like, if it's like absolute goldmine. You've got the success of the movie and just the success of Lego as a brand. Obviously, I'm not just talking about only Lego. There'll be lots of other things. So there'll be, like, as I say, posters, cuddly toys, puzzles, board games, like all manner of things that will do well. But if you can find something like this kind of product that is also related to the movie that's coming out, then you're on to an absolute winner. Granted, of course, you can find it cheap enough, which is the next thing. But yeah, hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit about how cinema releases can have an influence on sales. And I want you all to be able to ride these successful waves and really get in on this. And Amazon's all about hopping from opportunity to opportunity. So, you know, not only have you got like the actual events that are happening in the world, like Father's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, Christmas, Prime Day, not only have you got those events, but like you can then start to look at perhaps album releases, movie releases, things like that, to fill in the gaps in between. So then throughout the entire year, you can potentially, you know, have it all mapped out, all planned out, and ride wave after wave after wave after wave. Hopefully this has helped. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.